What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes of potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box. Excuse me, that I opened up last year, which is this beautiful B-Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely amazing as a collector's rare. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because a little over 85% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. Excuse me. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It'll also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: which Battles of Legends set would you guys consider to be the most underrated set of all time? Let me know down in the comments below. And speaking of Battles of Legend, today's video we actually have some brand new shark cards that are not only from Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge, but also from the upcoming core set Rage of the Abyss. So it appears that I did make the call. It did seem like Shark was gonna be one of the newer, was gonna be the theme of the set, and it turns out I was right. And the crazy thing is that there was actually a few cards that were actually worded a bit differently. So some of them I am gonna have to show them off via screenshots from the screenshots from Nexus. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna get straight into it. Kicking things off, we actually have the brand new Terminal Revenge shark card known as Cutter Shark. And it's a 5-star water fish with 0 attack, 2000 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first one reads, when one monster you control and no other cards is targeted for an attack or with a card effect, and this card is in your hand or grave as a quick effect, you can tribute that monster, special summon this card. Second effect reads, if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect. Add one water monster from your grave to your hand during the end phase of the turn, except this card. So basically not only do you have yourself a sort of like a cyber ref system in a way with this card. But you also have as well a monster reincarnation, which gives you access to get to add which gives you access to add Lantern Shark, Buzzsaw Shark, Crystal Shark, pretty much just like any water monster to your hand. So when your turn comes, you can normal summon that card, and you're just off to the races from there. And speaking of Lantern Shark, funny thing enough, is that the reprints for Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge are Right Hand Shark, Lantern Shark, Buzzsaw Shark, Abyss Shark, Crystal Shark, Lifeless Leaf Fish, number 32 Shark Drake, number 4 Stealth Kraken, Bahamut Shark, White Mirror, and Xyz Revive Splash. So those are the reprints. Not gonna lie, it's pretty interesting to say the very least. But now we move into to Rage of the Abyss. So again, a lot of these cards have been worded a bit weirdly. But we're gonna kick things off with Surfacing Big Jaws, which is a 4-star water fish with 1800 attack, 300 defense, and it has three separate effects. And the first one reads: if this card is used for the Xyz summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5 monster. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During your main phase, if a if a spell was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you cannot special summon from the action deck the rest of the turn except Xyz monsters. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a fish shark monster from your deck to your hand. So funny thing is that the cards that you can actually add off of this card's effect are literally anything shark related. Abyss Shark, Eagle Shark, Hyper Ancient Shark, Megalodon, which nobody runs that card anymore. Buzzsaw Shark, Crystal Shark, Gazer Shark, Cyber Shark, Shark Stickers, Shark Cruiser, Shark Kraken, Abyssal King Shark, Scrap Shark, Spear Shark, Saber Shark, Wind Up Shark. Funny enough, you can actually add Wind Up Shark to your hand, which is hilarious. Double Fin Shark, Double Shark, Depth Shark, Dream Shark, Hammer Shark, Panther Shark, Mermaid Shark, Metabow Shark, Right Hand Shark, Lantern Shark, Left Hand Shark. So those are the cards you can add to your hand. I believe you are able to, but basically you have yourself basically you have yourself you have yourself a Cyber Dragon, and you also have a Stratos for the entire deck, which is absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy, you guys. It is absolutely insane. So this card is definitely going to be one to look out for, especially in the Shark decks. I'm gonna have to try it out. I'm gonna have to try out some of these cards, but because I don't think they need to be as good as they are now, honestly. But with that being said, next up we have Drake Shark. Ooh, almost dropped the iPhone there. And yes, it does resemble number 32 Shark Drake, which is hilarious. But it is a 4-star water fish with 1400 attack, and get this, 1050 defense, which is hilarious. And the effects read as follows: if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it. This card can be treated as 2 materials for the Exceed summon of a water monster that uses 3 or more materials. You can only use each of the previous effects of this card once per turn. A Shark Drake Exceeds monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card that target one spell trap on the field, attach it to this card as material. So funny enough, it's basically it's basically all it is it allows you to to just Exceed import your opponent's back row, which is just absolutely crazy, you guys. Absolutely insane. Not gonna say much about it, and for some reason this laptop is not letting me go through. There we go. So that's actually kind of cool. Which is pretty insane in my honest opinion. So I will say when you look at when you look at this card in particular, to be quite honest, you could just literally have this card on board plus let's say Lantern Shark, and you could just summon, and you can just use both monsters to summon Shark Drake, which is actually kind of funny. Which is pretty funny. But what's even more hilarious is that you can also Exceed import one of your opponent's monsters and attach it to Shark Drake as material, and you basically have yourself a pretty formidable card, if you will, which is pretty crazy. But next up, we have Armored Shark, which is a 3-star water fish with 500 attack, 2000 defense. Excuse me. And the effects read as follows. This card is always treated as an Armored Exceeds card. You can send one water Exceeds monster from your extra deck to the grave, target a fish monster in your grave with a level equal to the sent monster's rank, and special summon it. During your opponent's turn, if this card is in your grave as a quick effect, you can target a water Exceeds monster you control, equip this card to it as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. You can only use each effect once per turn. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, yeah, sure, it may be an extra foolish burial, but the problem is that you won't be able to summon it. Excuse me, off of the effect of cards like Reborn or something, and the only way you'd be able to use that monster again is if you were to use like a card like Pot of Avarice or something like that, to be able to take that monster, put it back into the extra deck, and then get your +2. So it is a bit weird. It's a bit gimmicky in my opinion, but it is what it is. But next up we have Chaos number 32, Shark Drake Leviathan. And I'm looking at the artwork and it looks pretty badass. It's so badass. But it is a rank 5 water sea serpent Exceeds with 3100 attack, 2600 defense, and it requires 4, get this, 4 level 5 monsters, and the effect read as follows. You can also Exceed summon this card by discarding a spell and using a rank 4 Shark Drake Exceeds monster you control. Transfer its materials to this card. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and if you do, change its attack to 0. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Also, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. So not only so with this card, not only do you have imperm, but you also have a way to completely nullify the monster's attack to just straight down to 0, and if it were to attack a monster in defense position, guess what? You get a Mad Sword Beast effect. So you basically have 3 powerful effects in one single Xyz monster. This is gonna be quite the game changer, in my opinion. I got a feeling that excuse me. I have a feeling that sharks are gonna end up being the new meta once both this set and Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge get released. It's bound to happen, you guys. I'm telling you, it's bound to happen, and I might have to test out the new cards. I'm gonna have to try it out. But basically, this is sort of like your boss monster, if you will. I think the biggest boss monster for the deck, I think would have to be what? Silent Honor Dark, I think would have to be the boss monster. So you basically have yourself another boss monster in the form of Shark Drake Leviathan. But next up we have Levirchu Dragon. Yeah, I got it right. Levirchu Dragon, which is a rank 3 water sea serpent Xyz with 2000 attack, 0 defense, and it requires two level 3 monsters. And the effects read as follows. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Virtue Stream from your deck to your hand. You can activate one of these effects. Detach one Xyz material from a monster you control. Then add 1 fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your grave to your hand, except this card. Target 2 Xyz monsters on the field. Detach 1 material from one of them and attach it to the other as material. You can only use each effect once per turn. So basically, this is a way to transfer materials from your opponent's monster onto your own monsters, which gives you more access to go into Zeus, which is pretty crazy. And funny enough, Zeus is the other boss monster you're gonna want to add, that you're gonna want to add to your extra deck in a deck as powerful as Shark, which is pretty crazy. But next up we have Surface Aqua Jet, which is a normal spell, and the effects read as follows. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your hand or grave, and if you do, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Xyz monsters while you control that face-up special summon monster. If your opponent controls an attack position monster, you can banish this card from your grave, target a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control. It gains 1000 attack until the end of the turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. So again, it's the same thing with I think, what is it, with the Drake Shark? Was it? Or no. Oh my god, I think Cutter Shark. It's the same thing. It's similar to Cutter Shark. Not only do you have a Cyber Rev system in the form of a normal spell, but you can also equip. You can also target a monster on your board, and it gains 1000 attack, which gives you access to overpower your opponent, depending on what their board looks like, which is pretty crazy. This is a very powerful Cyber Rev system, probably one of the best I've seen. And the original Aqua Jet, all it did was just give the monster 1000 attack, and that was it. Excuse me. This card is basically that on steroids, which is pretty crazy. We have 3 more cards to talk about in today's video, and the next one up is Reincarnate Unveil Male. And I'm looking at it, and it literally resembles the Barian the Barian symbol, which is incredible. Incredible artwork, Konami, absolutely incredible. And it's an equip spell that says this card is always treated as an armored Xyz card. And an Xyz monster equipped with this card gains these effects. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, if this card battled this turn as a quick effect, you can return one equipped card equipped to this card to the hands. Then, immediately after it resolves, Xyz summon a water Xyz monster. The other effect reads, once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your grave because it was sent out this turn, you can equip it to an Xyz monster you control. You can only activate one. You can only activate this card once per turn. So basically, this card is an easy 2 of. My opinion, easy 2 of. You're literally just comboing off with this card. I mean, obviously the monster in question can't be destroyed in battle, and you're able to just automatically Xyz summon during the battle phase. Come on. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy in my opinion. But next up we have Virtue Stream, which is a normal trap, and the effects read as follows. Target one fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, and 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy them. You can banish this card from your grave. Target a face-up monster on the field. If it's a water monster, the next time it would be destroyed by a card effect this turn, it is not. Otherwise, its attribute becomes water. And you can only use each effect once per turn. So basically, it's a board wipe. It's a board wipe, and you can change a monster's attribute to water, which is pretty cool. Not much else to say about it, although it is a bit of a gimmicky effect. So probably not the best card to use. Probably better off to be used as a one of, but still, it's pretty cool. And now for the last card in today's video, it is known as Xyz Poseidon Splash. And honestly, looking at the effects, this might be the game changer. But it's a normal trap that has these effects. Let's see here. If you control an Xyz monster that has an Xyz monster as material, declare one monster attribute on the field. Destroy all monsters of the field with that attribute that are not equipped with an equipped spell. You can banish the card from your grave and detach one material from a monster, one Xyz material from a monster you control. Special summon a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your grave to either field. You can only use this card once per turn and only once that turn. So the effects are a hard once per turn. But what's cool about this is that you're able to completely wipe the board clean, kind of like a Raigeki, but it's basically that on steroids, which is pretty cool. And you're also able to special summon one of your monsters to your side of the field, which is pretty crazy. But honestly though, these cards definitely have a lot of potential. I can't wait to play Sharks. This is probably going to be one of the craziest decks in the format, and I know that people believe that they're not going to be good. Come on, it's Shark. Shark always has the potential to be a meta contender. And I think with these 2 cards, it's exactly what we have been missing for so long. We might be missing another like Xyz monster or 2, but I feel like over time we are going to be getting them, and it's going to end up. And this deck is just gonna end up being the new meta. Is it possible? 100%. Is it bound to happen? Only time will tell. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It'll also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.